Using live bait is one of the best ways for catching most species of fish. And two easy yet effective ways to rig your bait is by using a bobber or a three-way rig for fishing on the bottom. To rig the bobber, you'll need a bobber, usually a line weight like a split shot, and of course a hook to put your bait on. First, tie on your hook using a clinch knot. Watch our how-to video on that if you're not sure. You don't want to lose fish and your hook. Next, attach the right size bobber to your line. You want the bobber big enough to float a bit on the surface of the water while just supporting the weight of your split shot, hook, and bait. Too big a bobber and you might not see the fish taking your bait. Too small and it will sink and won't bob. Adjust the distance from your hook to the bobber so that your hook and bait will be suspended at the depth where you suspect your fish are lurking below the surface. About a foot off the bottom or above the weeds is good for most kinds of fish. Next, using pliers, needle nose work great. Crimp the split shot to your fishing line about a foot above your hook. Some split shots have exposed ears outside the split side for easy removal. Now you're all set to properly bait your hook with your favorite or available bait. And watch our video on how to do that too. As the name implies, the weight and hook places your bait on the bottom, but usually without a bobber. It works well when fishing for species that feed on the bottom, like catfish, and it's also good to use on windy days for when it is difficult to use a bobber. There are different kinds of weighted rigs, but a simple one uses a bell sinker, your hook, and a three-way swivel. Begin by tying your three-way swivel to the line, then tie on about 12 inches of line to the swivel, and tie a hook to the other end. Tie 18 inches of line to the open loop on the swivel, and then tie a bell sinker to the line. Presto! You're all rigged up and ready to bait your hook and begin fishing on the bottom. Watch your rod tip for movement, and set the hook when you see any.